Coach, Boston did what they do so well, going on that big run there at the end. In your mind, what was the key to holding off the charge?
Well, we got some stops late, that was the whole thing. Our offense was terrible, but we got some stops late. I mean, we missed so many free throws again that would have put the game away. And, we've got to be able to step to the line and make free throws better than we are. And then turnovers. We had Zion's charge. We had Josh with the ridiculous inbounds pass. I mean, look, we're going up and down. So we go to Denver and we play the last 5-6 minutes of that game great. Then we have a blowout win. And then we have Denver at home and we play the last 6 minutes poorly. Then we have Dallas and we play the last 6 minutes great. And then tonight we play the last 6 minutes poorly again. Our guys have got to learn what it takes to close out games. And we're playing consistently now 42 minutes of good basketball. And we've got to learn to close out games in a consistent manner when we have that kind of lead.
Speaking of learning, B.I. had 9 assists tonight. Do you feel like he's handling double teams better, that he's growing in that area?
Well, I thought he was great tonight. Yeah, I think he's been pretty good all year. He gets frustrated at times and feels like we need a bucket and wants to go get one. And he had a huge one tonight in a one-on-one on the pull-up. But, he did a great job finding people tonight. And, Nikhil's shooting the ball really well. That really helped us. So, I thought B.I.'s performance was outstanding.
Well, Coach, I have to ask you about Josh Hart. Again, he's just been phenomenal. He's had 15 rebounds now in 2 of the last 4 games, and even when the shot isn't falling for him, he continues to get it done on that end. But when the shot is falling for him, he's a pretty formidable player to deal with.
Yeah, there's no question. I love his defensive intensity. I love his rebounding. But he's got to take care of the ball. The turnovers killed us tonight, have those turnovers.
And Coach, also you were able to close the first 3 quarters out. I know what happened in the fourth, but in the first 3 quarters, you went on big runs to end each of those quarters, and that really helped keep a little separation between yourself and the Celtics. They weren't able to make those runs at the end of the quarters.
Well, their game plan was obviously to just pack the paint on Zion and Brandon, and there were shots open for people, and we shot the ball well. So that's what you have to do against that. I mean, they were really coming 5 guys into the paint. So our guys stepped up and made shots tonight.
Stan, since that Minnesota game, I mean, you guys, I think, have been a middle-of-the-pack defensive team. Just what are you seeing from your guys in terms of your understanding of the effort and focus you need to bring on defense every night?
I thought the defense down the stretch was really good. I thought, we really fought hard. They wanted to come off screens and shoot the 3. Our guys were right there. We did a great job on that. We made the shots inside tough. I thought we did a really, really good job of that. So, I was happy with what we did.
Yeah, and I believe this is Kyra's 7th straight game with 0 turnovers. Just what do you think about the way he's operating within the offense and his decision-making?
I said it, I think, to you guys either before or after. Like, he just makes simple, solid basketball plays. He doesn't get careless. He doesn't try to hit home runs. He makes the simple play consistently, and that's a pretty good way to be a point guard in this league. The best players make the routine plays consistently. We all go crazy over the great plays, but the best players just make the routine plays consistently, and that's what Kyra is doing.
Hey, Stan, to get in a situation, I mean, it was unfolding similar to how it did in Portland, to be able to hit a shot like that down the stretch for BI and then obviously win the game in that, after going through that. Does that show growth? Does that show anything, or is it just,
I said to you guys, like, the other night, like, I just think you guys are making too much of, him down the stretch in games. I mean, if you just go our last...
Not even so much him, but just like the team in general.
Well, I don't know if we showed any growth tonight, to be honest. I mean, we had a big lead and turnovers were bad. I mean, he hit a huge shot that kept us afloat, but, too many turnovers, and the free throws are, they're absurd down the stretch for NBA players. I mean, we get a flagrant foul, and then on the inbounds we get fouled, and we come away with 1 point out of a possible 4. I mean, that makes it really tough down the stretch when all you have to do defensively is foul us. I mean, we've got to be able to step to the line and shoot free throws better than this.
Hey Stan, I'm gonna bring up the Brandon clutch numbers, but bear with me for a second. I just want to put it in some context real quick. I know you said the other night it was you could pull 79 minutes from any player and point out the bad numbers. His fourth quarter numbers as a whole this year, 280, 300 minutes. His percentages are down. He's shooting 42, 33 from 3. Do you think he's putting too much pressure on himself? Because it seems like in the Denver game and in tonight, he felt it seems like there's a corner being turned because he can see Zion kind of getting his shots and getting the offense in a rhythm, whereas he can kind of settle down a little bit more.
Again, I don't think there's any problem. I mean, I don't think the guy has any trouble with pressure or anything else. I do think, right, that, he's a little more, I mean, first of all, percentages go down in the fourth quarter, right? They go down. And especially for the better players. The game gets more physical, people are into you, and you're a little bit tired. I think that pretty much explains it all for BI. I don't think he's abnormal from a lot of other players. I just think that's searching for something negative on him. I mean, the guy's a great player. He did a great job down the stretch at Denver. He did a great job tonight. There's other games where he misses shots. I don't see him missing badly. I don't see him afraid to shoot the ball. I just don't see the problem. You guys can write whatever you want. I don't see the problem.
To that, I'm going back to what you said earlier about him putting pressure on himself in certain situations, and he was able to come through tonight. That's what I'm trying to.
Yeah, well, I mean, he does put pressure on himself to the point he gets upset at himself. I don't think it affects him on the floor. Like, I just think, after the game, like after that Denver game, with the 2 threes he missed and the 1 17-footer in the drive, like he gets really, really upset at himself and takes that hard. But I also think it drives him to be better. And that was a big-time shot where we didn't execute what we were supposed to execute on that play, and he went and made a play. That's what great players do.
Thanks.
Yeah, and a few games ago, we asked you about Bled's struggles on offense, and you said, I don't care about whether the shots go in, I just want him to stay confident on that side. Does it feel like his confidence is starting to come back on offense?
Absolutely, and let's make sure we're paying attention to his defense. The other night he steps up on Tim Hardaway, who had killed us in the first half, makes it tough on him, and ask Kimba how easy it was tonight with Bled on him. I mean, you work for everything. Bled's killing it defensively. So, listen, every player in this league is going to go through stretches, and that's happened to him. But, yeah, I think he's playing really, really well right now, and he's a huge part of us winning these games lately.
And y'all won 4 of 5. I'm not going to ask about turn corners, don't worry. But just the idea that do you see this team playing a little bit more comfortable together than maybe even in Portland, or do you see anything as far as, that's different, or is this just a team that happens to be winning games that they're, and playing in some?
Well, I think we're playing harder on the defensive end of the floor. I think that's the big difference. I really do. I think we're getting after it harder on the defensive end of the floor. And since that Minnesota game, I mean, we've played pretty consistently, right? I mean, we haven't had a bad game. Like, we had the bad loss in Portland where they came back, but we didn't play a bad game. In fact, for 42 minutes, we played really well. We came back the next night. We played a damn good, hard-fought, competitive game where we defended. We've done that straight out right now. So our guys are gaining more consistency in their approach and their toughness and everything else. We're not coming with those games where it's just easy for other teams. So that's not turning a corner, because as soon as we get away from that and go back to just trying to play offense, we'll be right back to where we were before.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks, Dan.
Great effort, great attention to detail, and just trusting each other a little bit more. Obviously, that goes with time, and obviously we're 45 games roughly into the season. We're growing, every day in terms of trust and camaraderie and everything like that. So. Just the effort has been great. The attention to detail and the scouting reports, the knowing the personnel has been amazing, and just trusting each other.
Hey, Josh, it's Andrew from ESPN. For a lot of, or in a couple, maybe 10 games this year, you guys have blown double-digit leads down at the end. You guys have now held on against Dallas. You were able to hold on tonight. Do you think you guys are starting to turn a corner when it comes to the end of games and getting the execution done, even though it kind of got a little bit closer maybe than you liked tonight?
Yeah, I think so. First and foremost, I think we're a good team. Obviously, we're a good team if we're able to get out and get those big leads. Our biggest thing was making sure fourth quarter, not slowing up, not being stagnant on the offensive end, playing fast, getting easy bucks in transition, making it a little bit easier for Zion and BI, not going against a packed paint or a loaded defense. So that's something that we've been trying to do. But I think we're definitely starting to, turn the corner a little bit in that regard. Obviously, like you said, we don't want to give up those leads, but it's the NBA. Teams are going to go on runs. These are the best players in the world. So, like I said, they're going to go on runs. Our biggest thing is, being able to be composed during adverse situations and, fight through it.
Yeah, B.I. spoke post-game with TV about that you made a point of saying something in the huddle, when the lead started to slip away in the fourth quarter. I guess what was your message to the guys in that moment?
I think it was like 50 seconds left. There was stuff I said before that, but I remember it was 50.7 seconds left, I think it was. We're up 3. I think it was 110, 107. I think Kimmel just hit a 3, and we called a timeout, and we had the ball. And it was just like, all we have to do right now is just be composed. We got 2 guys who are virtually unstoppable in terms of on the offensive end, and we've been playing great defense all night, and we've been rebounding and finishing the defense, doing possession with a rebound. So the biggest thing with us, we're winning first and foremost. We have the ball, and we have to just be composed. I think the biggest thing with us is, during adverse situations, we, come together and not fray off as individuals, and that's something that we've done a great job of the last several games, and that's something that we have to continue to do moving forward. And that's what we have to do. So the biggest thing for us is just being composed and together during adverse situations.
Josh, Bled had his 3rd consecutive game with double-digit scoring tonight, which is a nice run for him, something we haven't seen consistently. What do you think about the way he's playing? What's enabling him to get this type of production right now?
He's always been a productive player in this league. I think last year, he averaged like 15, 5, and 5. So, he's someone that's been doing that at a high level for a very long time, and you're gonna have bad stretches. It's a part of the game. You're not gonna have an amazing game every game. You're not gonna have an amazing 5 games every stretch of 5 games. So for him, it's just being composed, being confident, staying aggressive, and just knowing that he's been doing this for a long time. So for him to do that has been great. All of us has had the most trust in him and confidence in him to make plays and do those kind of things. So for us, we're not surprised. For the critics and all that, they can shut the fuck up because whatever they say, it doesn't matter. We trust him, unbelievably, and that's our guy.
Josh, you mentioned the huddle there and just staying composed and regrouping and everything like that. Do you think there were times this season where maybe you guys could have used that and it just didn't happen and that it kind of led you to do that tonight? Or was it just something in this particular moment that it felt right?
I think a little bit of both. I think there have been times where, we might have a lead or something like that, and teams will go on a run or something, and we'll get frustrated, and no one will go out and be selfish or but do something out of character, but the biggest thing with me was just talking up and being vocal, especially during when adversity strikes, and that was just my thought process of it. We've been playing great all game. We're winning. That's the biggest thing. We're winning, and we have the ball. And we're under a minute left in the game. I think any NBA team is going to want that situation. So there's no point to get frustrated, no point to get rattled, no reason to be down. I mean, the game at that point was in our control. It was in our hands, and we went out and executed. And that's just something I wanted to say to those guys because, sometimes we can get a little antsy and stuff like that. So it was just, just wanted to be a common voice at that time.
And another game for you with 15-plus boards. Just what does it take to rebound the ball that you do in the guard position?
Just to go get the ball. I think that's the biggest thing. For me, obviously, I want to be, a good defender, and defense doesn't stop when the ball is shot. You have to end the possession with a rebound. So I think that's the biggest thing for me. They have good offensive rebounders. Stevens battling his butt off. Jackson's battling his butt off to keep those guys off the glass. So we got to come in as guards and go help those guys. And that's the biggest thing. So, like I said, I want to be, a good defender in this league. I want to be a great rebounder in this league. And when we force a contested shot or something like that, defense doesn't stop. Defense stops when you get the rebound and get back, and go on transition, go on offense. So that's just my thought process of it.
All right, thanks, Josh. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate it. Oh, shit.
Hey, Brandon, it's Andrew from ESPN. It seems like in the fourth quarter, earlier in the season, you were struggling, whether it was looking for your shot. Do you feel like things are easier for you now in the fourth, especially with Z kind of commanding so much attention that he's doing right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think every uprising player has the knack to be, they want to be better, and they like the moments of the fourth quarter. So, of course, in those moments, they want to do the best thing for the team, and of course, as a scorer, you want to go and make the shot in the fourth quarter. But just figuring out the ways that the defense is guarding me, developing patience a little bit, and just trying to tell myself every night that it's eventually going to come back to you. You're going to catch it in a good rhythm. You're going to catch it and then get to the shot that you've been working on. So it just happened tonight. And I feel good about it.
I was going to say, to that shot, how good did that one feel that it did go in, considering?
Yeah, it definitely felt good. Like I said, to God be the glory. I'm happy that I got out here and I was injury-free and able to put that shot up and play the game that I love. But I just got an open look. I seen how the defense was playing me the whole game, and I felt like they knew the play call that we made, and I just took advantage of them not knowing that the screen was not going to be there, and then I just took the best shot.
Yeah, I think you might have mentioned that TV interview. Josh said something with 50 seconds left. What was kind of the gist of that, and what was just the mindset, with 50 seconds left that, is everything had happened, but, you guys still had the lead and a good chance there?
To stay together. I think in those moments, at times that we've lost ourselves a little bit. but just to stay together and get a stop on that defensive end. It was important for us to execute on the offensive end, but also get a stop on the defensive end so we can rebound, we can secure it, and we can just live on the free throw line and just try to knock down shots at the free throw line.
Yeah, Josh had a passionate remark when we asked about Eric Bledsoe. It seemed like a lot of you guys are jumping to his defense, you know, with some of the criticism he's been facing. Just why do you think so many of the guys on the team kind of feel away about Bledsoe and what he's been bringing in the locker room?
Well, that's our teammate, that's our brother. When we bring him along, we have full confidence in everything that he's doing. I'm not aware of the backlash or whatever that's going on to him, but I know that he brings the same energy every single day, and that he's a professional. So for him to go out and have a game like he had tonight, and on the defense and offensive end, and when he had open shots, knocking them down and being really good, we praise him. And when he's struggling, we encourage him to be him, and we know exactly who he is, to just go out there and just do everything he does well.
Yeah, I had a two-part question. One, how was your face after that one play? And two, you just talked about Eric. Do you think this was one of the best kind of like overall team wins you guys had, as far as just the number of different guys that contributed?
Well, first, my face is fine. I've actually been hitting my eye, the same eye 3 times since I've been in New Orleans, so I don't know what that's about. But to Bledsoe, he's was locked in today, even from shoot around leading up to the game. Coming into the game, he just had a shooting arm today, and whenever he was open, he wasn't reluctant to shooting the basketball, and that's what we want. Of course, when guys are loading up to Zion and loading up to me, we want guys to shoot the basketball. So for him to be locked in, stepping into shots tonight, it was beautiful, and it definitely affected our team in a good way.
Real quick, got to ask you about the jump ball at center court. 0.3 seconds left. You didn't even jump on that one, and you guys got possession back. How surprised were you that worked on your favor there?
Well, it made me look good. I don't know. I have no comment about it. I don't know what Marcus Smart was thinking about that one. But it was a good play for us. It overturned, and we got the possession from him.
All right, thank you, B.I. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Jimmy, go ahead.
Hey, Zion, we were just talking about Bled, the game that he had, and various other guys played well tonight. I mean, would you consider this one of your best wins as far as just overall team? You had so many guys that contributed off the bench, and it just seemed like everybody made an impact.
Yeah, I do think it was a great team win, especially coming off that Dallas game, to do it on back-to-back games. I think that's really big for us, and it gives us a lot of momentum into the next game.
And another game where the lead starts to slip away there in the fourth quarter, and then B.I. hits the big shot to put it back up to 5. Just how big was that shot in that moment?
You know, when he made the move and hit the shot, it was a big moment. I think, you know, when we went to the huddle, now it was instead of, man, we really need to stop. It was, all right, let's make them take a tough shot, rebound, and go knock down the free throws.
Zion, right after Brandon's shot, Josh was on Tatum. You guys were able to get the stop. I think you came over and helped a little bit. I mean, what do you just think about Josh, the way Josh is able to defend guys who are often bigger than him, and the way, you know, he's able to play so big for 6'5"?
Excuse me. I think it shows how much he cares about winning, and I think it shows how much he cares about the team. You know, for him to go do that night in and night out, taking on that responsibility of being a junkyard dog, and I think it says a lot about his character. So whenever that assignment comes up, we always know we can look to Josh, and, you know, Josh, you know, he delivered for us tonight.
Hey, see, it's Andrew from ESPN. Earlier in the year, you guys have been struggling. You had a lot of games sometimes when you got up to be able to close. What does it say about this team now? I know you said a couple weeks ago you felt like you guys were close. What does it say about you guys now that you're able to close that Dallas game close this game, when things got a little tight?
It's great for our team's confidence, and, we got to keep it rolling. We got to be.
You've spoken a couple times about, your rookie year, just always worrying about wanting to do the right thing, not to get in people's way. I guess what's it been like seeing Kyra in his first year, seeming like he's already so comfortable in what he's doing and the decisions he's making when he's out there?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. When it comes to Kyra plays so great. He comes in, he's always ready, and when his number's called, he goes out there and he shows out and he makes plays we need him to make. But I think a part of that is also due to, Coach Witherspoon. Teaspoon is always, like I say this a lot, and I'm going to keep saying it, she's always, whether she's talking to me or whether she's talking to Kyra, she says things that kind of give us confidence, like, all right, like kind of take a deep breath, like read the game and have fun. So I think with Teaspoon by his side, I think that definitely helps him a lot.
Z, in my post-game interview with BI, he talked about Josh stepping up in the huddle there at the end of the game and giving a speech that really inspired the team. Can you take us inside that speech a little bit, and then what did it mean to y'all? It obviously seemed to have some effect.
Can I take you? I'm messing with you. Yeah, we were in the huddle and he looked around like, we're good. Just like play hard, execute. And, like I said on a couple questions before, he takes that responsibility on. And it just shows how much he cares about the team and, just cares about like helping us win. It says a lot about his character. So, when Josh does stuff like that, we take notice and we pay attention. So, that was very big for him.
I appreciate it, Z. Thanks.
No problem, guys. Have a good night.